Hey everybody, look who is back with me. It's a new year, a new show with our old friend Ann Steele. Ann, thank you so much for joining me today.
I'm so happy to be with you. Good to see you.
Oh, it's always great to see you. And in a few weeks here, I'm going to be seeing you in person because you are coming to Sunshine Cathedral January 31st with your brand new show. This one's for the girls. How this wasn't your first show that you produced, I don't know because you sing about what you know. But tell me a little bit about this show.
Okay, this show, um, what I kind of have been thinking a lot about is how important it is to use our voices. And especially right now, especially for women in this country, and as being an LGBTQ plus woman in the community, I thought it was a good time to get back to sort of raising up women's voices. And so I thought my last show was about where the boys are, which for me as a lesbian made a lot of sense because growing up, I connected to lyrics written about women. And that's what men were singing about. So it made sense for me to connect to that. But I started looking at I grew up with a super strong mother. I grew up with a single mother. My parents divorced when I was 5. So my mom was strong and powerful, and she taught me what it meant to be a woman in the world and doing everything on her own. And so I had this really powerful role model. But at some point you stop looking at your own family and you start looking for people to look at in our community or how to find another person to connect to. And for me, looking for a woman being in music, I was looking in music. And so I started thinking back and thinking about the songs that connected to me and why they meant something, and the artists and the songwriters and the musicians, and even all the way up to today, because currently every day I'm inspired by different artists. So this show focuses on women's voices in music. So it's a deep dive into, it goes all over the place. So it's really a lot of contemporary stuff, but it's a lot of throwback stuff too. I do Linda Ronstadt, of course. Um, I do Brandy Carlisle. I do a lot of country influences. I do Martina McBride. I do it's just all ranges all over the place. But I do Chapel Roan. I do, so I try to hit all the people that I think are really influential now and people that influenced me through the years. So it's a really good deep dive into women in music. And I think it will connect across the board. I don't think, it's not like men will feel excluded from this show because everyone connects to music. It's not a huge feminist sort of concept. I'm not, like pounding my fist in the air. It's not that kind of show. It's really a love letter to females in music.
Written and signed by you.
That's right.
And you talk about it also being for gay men. I mean, hello, as the representative gay men at the moment, we love our divas, we love our superstars, we love our Linda Ronstadts, we love
Yeah.
all of those things. So yeah, absolutely. You know what I love about coming to this show? What I really love about this show is that or maybe it's more what I love about your touring schedule, is
Mhm.
that you launch these shows like over the summer. You develop them through the winter, and then you launch them and workshop them. And so by the time you get here in January, we're getting peak Ann, we're getting
Yeah.
peak boys, we're getting peak for the girls, we're getting peak everything. So
Yeah.
how has the show evolved since you premiered it last summer to what we're going to see at Sunshine?
Well, okay, so I always open my show at Joe's Pub in New York City. So it always starts there. That's where we workshop in the city. This is where we, kind of come to where it starts. And then yes, I do play. It's funny, I do kind of hit all the big gay meccas, right? So we play we play Rehoboth Beach, Delaware. We play Palm Springs. We play, so we hit all these places. So yeah, it is always gay audiences generally, mixed in with my straight allies, of course. But by the time we come to Sunshine in January, we've played at least probably 5 cities. So it really is hitting peak. And we hire a local band in Fort Lauderdale. Julie Jacobs, who is an amazing drummer, she plays every year for me, and she usually finds me the other people. So I have another guitar player and a bass player joining her. So it'll be four band members on stage. And so the stage is so beautiful at Sunshine. It's so big. There's plenty of space for everyone. And so it'll be a rocking show. It's going to be full out. And we're really going to hit our stride in January. I'm super excited. And we've had a little break here through the holidays. So I'm ready to get back at it. And I'm so thrilled to be there to be part of it with you guys.
Oh, what's your favorite song from or what's your favorite part of the show? What's your favorite song? What do you love to engage the audience with? Like, what's the moment that we can all look out for to be like, oh, this is it. She's hitting her stride here.
Okay, well, I always say that I always call it the 11 o'clock number. So generally in a show, the way I format a show, you got a big opening number, then you have sort of the explanation of the show is in the second number. So it'll kind of lay the groundwork for what we're doing. I'll do a lot of talking, and then we lay the groundwork with the second song, and it kind of sets up what the story is, how it's going to play out. And then by about song number 10, I would call that 10 or 11. That's the 11 o'clock number. So that's the big message song. So I would say that song in particular, it's a Brandi Carlile song. And I would say that song is really the essence of what the show is about. And then we end with, we bring it back up. And then, of course, the encore just leaves them all wanting more. That's the goal. So I would say the 11 o'clock number, the Brandi Carlile song. I don't want to say what it is because I want to kind of have some surprises, but it's sort of the definition of the message.
Okay, so good. So I don't have to count like song one, song two. I can just
Yeah,
listen for Brandi Carlile starting about 45 minutes into the show.
yeah, you're gonna know for sure.
That's perfect. Um, let's see. Can we play a little game?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, one or the other, whichever one first pops into your mind, let me know.
Okay,
Okay, first up, Beyonce or Kelly Rowland?
Beyonce,
Okay, James Swift or Taylor Swift or James Taylor?
Taylor Swift,
Okay, Darth Vader or Luke Skywalker?
I guess Luke Skywalker because he's the good guy, right?
Eh,
I mean, I
yeah.
don't know. I kind of like Darth Vader, but I don't want to say that.
Darth Vader cut off his son's hand. That's
I
some
know.
cold stuff.
I know, but it's kind of I kind of am drawn to like the bad guy vibe. I'm into it.
Okay, the sisters from Little Women or Twisted Sister?
The sister from Little Women.
Wow. Okay, so you're not okay. It's a good thing I don't have my glam wig on
Well,
today.
I grew up a reader, so that
Okay.
connects to me. All right.
Okay, we've got one more here.
Okay.
This one's kind of difficult.
Okay.
Christmas or New
Okay.
Year, and why?
Christmas. Because for me, Christmas is when all the family's together. I love decorating. It makes me happy. I mean, I will decorate before Thanksgiving. I want it up as long as possible. I'll leave it until after New Year. I just want it to be up as long as possible. I love Christmas. I love having the family together. We have 4 kids. So when we're all together, it feels amazing. Um, and New Year's, the reason I don't pick New Year's is because I feel like New Year's, I always call it amateur night. There are 3 nights in New York City that I find to be amateur night. And this comes from a former bartender. So New Year's Eve,
Yeah.
because everyone's just wasty and like just off their gourds. Second is St. Patrick's Day, because everyone's Irish and wasted. And then the third is SantaCon in New York City, which is an absolute nightmare. I don't know if you know what that is,
I do
but
know what it is. I wouldn't have expected it to be a
oh,
nightmare, though.
it's terrible. Starting at like 9 a.m., everyone's dressed as Santa Claus from everywhere. They all come in from like New Jersey and New York and everywhere they can come from. And they take over the whole city and they're all wasted by 11 a.m. and throwing up in the street. It's absolutely terrible. It's terrible.
And so then you've got a bunch of creepy old guys that you can't identify asking if you want to sit on their lap.
Yeah, and no, it's also girls. Girls
Oh,
dressed up as Santa or Mrs. Claus or whatever. They're everywhere. They're hammered. And it's like they're all like 22 to 42. Like it's terrible.
wow. So it's less elf. So it's less elf and more bad Santa.
All of it. Yes. Bad Santa for sure. So don't ever come to New York for SantaCon. I'm just warning you. You're going to hate it.
Oh God, now I feel like you've laid down a marker. Like, I mean, I'm north of 50 and I have never heard of it getting this wild at SantaCon. I feel like I've got to come this year.
Oh, and there's one in Hoboken too. We used to live in Jersey City. We just moved to Nyack from Jersey City, and they used to have one in Hoboken. So we'd be like, "Don't go to Hoboken during SantaCon." So scary. Our daughter went this year, and I was like, "How are you going to SantaCon?" She had the best time, but she's 23.
Oh,
So yeah, she loved it.
she's in the sweet spot.
Yeah, she's perfect. She's like the target audience.
Meanwhile, mom is over it.
Oh, done, done. Can't do it. Can't do it. No. So that's my explanation for New Year's Eve. That's why I'm not really. We don't really do a lot. We usually, like watch this. I don't know, and like Andy Cohen do the
Yeah.
New Year's Eve thing, and so
Yeah.
that's what we're not too exciting, but
All right. So okay, so you're here on the 31st at Sunshine. Will the
yes.
Christmas decorations be down by then, or will you be coming home to them and hopefully get them down maybe by President's Day weekend?
No, because we leave right after. I leave right after that to go on a cruise. I'm working on a cruise right after that, so I have to have them down before we go to Sunshine. So
All
I'll be
right.
moved on.
And you guys do a lot of cruising.
We do,
Tell me a
yeah.
little bit about that, because that's like it's fun and it's business and it's everything, right?
Well, okay, so I do a lot of different kind of cruising. I have an agent that books me for things like Celebrity, Regent, Oceana. So I've got sort of the Celebrity, which is my favorite big cruise. It's a beautiful brand. I love. I do a lot of Celebrity, and then I have like sort of a higher end brands like Regent and Oceana, and they book me for those as well. So that's what I'm leaving from Fort Lauderdale. I go straight to Costa Rica and board a Regent ship, the Regent Grandeur, and I sail from Costa Rica through the Panama Canal and up to Miami to come back. So I do a lot of those, but then I also work independently with Atlas Ocean Voyages, which is like a mega yacht company, and I do about 4 of those a year.
Okay. And
Yeah.
will you perform this show on the cruises? So like if I buy a ticket on a cruise, I can hear this show all over again?
No, no.
You're like, no.
No. No. When I do those ships, I do something called the mixtape of my life. So I do sort of an overall view of the music that has influenced me. So it'll be range from Aretha Franklin, Carole King. Let's see what else. Pat Benatar is in it. Dolly Parton, Madonna, Adele. It's that kind of stuff. So that's that show. And then my second show is called Broadway Goes to the Movies, which I did last year in Fort
Yeah.
Lauderdale.
Yeah, I
And
remember.
that is all music that's been on Broadway and in a movie. So that's done both. So I do that as my second show. So that's what I do on those ships.
This is going to be at Sunshine. The Sunshine show is going to be my third and Steele show. I absolutely cannot wait. And thank you so much for taking time with me today. This is my favorite hour of the year when we get to stay. Yeah. This is my favorite hour of the year when we get to hang out, talk, and catch up. And I can't wait to see you again in
It's the Ball State
January.
vibes, right?
It's the what? It is the Ball State vibes.
Yeah, yeah.
Cards.
Go
And
Cards.
And as my audience and David Letterman fans will remind you that the cardinal is the fiercest of the robin-sized birds.
Fair.
And thank you so much. I will see you here in just a couple weeks.
Yes. Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
And dating game kiss. Mwah!